This is one of the greatest little trips you can ever do, going from Palm Springs, where it is right this minute 107 degrees Fahrenheit. Important to point that out for those of you who are Celsius people, going 107, Jesus, all the way up to where the pine trees are and snow. You can see in front of you the mountains. Well, much higher than that, and we're going to drive all the way up. You're going to see the whole topography change. It is nothing less than, well, it is spectacular. Let's just put it that way. It's also a beautiful time of day to enjoy this. So this is Highway 74. Sort of an unknown highway, but it was the only way, and still is, from this part of the desert to get up to Idlewild, which is up in the top of the mountains. And it's a famous resort town. It was much more trafficked probably 50 years ago, but it has a place called Hemet. It's got lakes, it's got fishing, hunting, and it's in the middle of nowhere. And they became famous for their blueberry pie, I think it is, or apple pie or something else. If you hear a kind of thunder in the background, audio-wise, just sort of a constant low hum, it's because somebody very gracefully threw a brick through the back passenger window this morning. I was at a convention, an annual convention called Contact in the Desert, and it's a UFO convention, and I've never been to one of them, but I thought, what a fun bit of, an esoteric treat to find out what people know and what they don't know at this point. Just recently, in the past number of weeks, the U.S. Navy down in Florida upgraded their radar facilities, going from 1980s technology to 2020 technology, which is at least 15 times more stronger, with a larger breadth and distance and accuracy. And the UFO pings are off the charts, to the point where it couldn't be covered up. It ended up being published in the Washington Post, in the New York Times. So it's known that something else is out there. And I will tell you, last night, I looked through a pair of military-grade binoculars, which go for about $2,700, and you can see the evening sky. It is incredible, the distance and clarity. Satellites, absolutely crystal clear, as if you're watching a 4K TV. And then I saw, with my own eyes, for the first time, because I am, if you know me, I'm a skeptical bastard. It's just true. But something was moving, who knows, 1,000 miles an hour, stops immediately, and then jerks back in the opposite direction. There's not a comet, a star, an aircraft of any sort that is able to do that. And this is one of the mysteries out there. If you've got the right technology, you can see these things, and there are lots of people all over the world who have seen these things. Back to where we are right now. We are on Highway 74. We are leaving Palm Desert, California, which is just north of Palm Springs, east actually, of Palm Springs. And we are heading up into this mountain range that you see distantly in front of us. And what you're going to see is a complete change of topography. Everything green around us right now is there because man placed it there. The natural vegetation looks very much like the mountain range in front of us. It's brown, very, very short scrub brush. Sage grows wild out here, maybe a little rosemary, and just some very small leaves and plants. It basically never rains. It's a desert, a high desert to be sure. So what you're seeing in front of you is what it should look like, minus the landscaping that's around us. We're going to end up getting just above this landscape, and it's going to look like the moon Mars, you'll see where a lot of famous movies have been filmed up in this area because it totally looks like another planet. And since none of us has actually been to another planet, why not? So you'll see what has many, many times over been used for the planet Mars, been used for the moon's surface, and already, immediately, this quickly, we're out of the man-made landscape and into what things really look like here. And you'll see suddenly no vegetation, except for a couple of small clumps. Now, this is a lovely, windy drive, which is one of the reasons I really love it. See, the sign says change required, even though it's 107 right now. And every minute, the temperature goes down 1 degree. It's already 102 degrees.